Hi everyone, welcome. I'm Lulu at A New You Retreat, and I'm here to tell you all about my molecular hydrogen journey. So I'm 2 months in, but I wanted to start at the beginning and let you know weekly what kind of results I was getting. So in the first week, what I found was I had a bit of Hertz reaction. I did start off slowly, but in the first week I'd already got excited and wanted to, move up quicker. So I did have a bit of a Hertz reaction, which kind of just made me a little bit more tired, and I knew to kind of go back a little bit on the time that I was using it. I did feel in the first week that I had more energy. I do have to walk up really steep hills, so I noticed the improvement in my cardio. Instead of having to stop 4 times as I walk up the big mountain, I only had to stop once. That was kind of on and off over the next month or so, but I did start to feel very motivated, more breath. I felt happier and more motivated. So that was in the first week. Week two, I didn't find that there was any more Herx reaction. I did feel that I was more tired. I felt like my body was detoxing more, so I needed a little bit more sleep, which I could get. What else? My face, actually, this was really weird. Because I was detoxing quickly, I could feel like my face was getting kind of crusty. So I was having to shower a couple of times a day, just because it just didn't feel clean. So that was more or less what was kind of going on that way. But I also do a thing called bioresonance. You can see me talk about that on my website, which is Anewyouretreat.ca. And on there, it'll explain more about the bioresonance. But in my scans, I actually started seeing improvements after the second week in things like the parasites and viruses. They were getting less and less. I'm still working on those things. I will do a video of what the machine does actually do for you as well. So then week three, I found I was still really tired. I was napping actually a couple of times during that week. So I knew that I was detoxing. I was getting a lot better sleeps at night. I could feel like the cardio was getting better. I could go longer walks. I was feeling really motivated. What I did find in that week more than anything was the improvement in as you get older, your muscle kind of starts to sag, and because your skin isn't able to hold it. So what I noticed was my muscle was more or less connecting more um, to my body again, instead of just kind of like hanging there limp. So I was getting more results with that, with the elasticity of my skin. I started noticing that. So in week four, I started noticing on my hands my liver spots, whether you want to call them sunspots, whatever you want to call them. I call them liver spots because as my liver gets cleaner, I start to notice that they start to fade. So they started to fade a little bit, and there seems to be a lot less, like they're kind of like going off into the background. Yeah, there's a few things I'm not going to discuss on here, but because they're a little bit personal. But I did find that I had a lot more energy. One of my biggest things that I've had probably for about 15 years, and I've always suspected it's been a cyst, is a pain in my right side under my rib, and that is usually always there. It never goes away. Well, that started to be where I was, oh, that pain is starting to, I can't feel it. If I really think about it hard, I can kind of feel it in the background, or if I eat something, more or less, I think it's kind of like greasy type things that, it's kind of like what you would get if you had bladder issues, which that comes up on my scan too. So Yeah, I do know what's wrong with me because of my bioresidence scan. So I do know that I have been dealing with gallbladder stuff as well as liver and parasites and viruses and things like that. But as the weeks have gone along, my scans have got better and better, and things are getting close to healing. So, another thing I will discuss on here is bladder. So normally I was up, like it could be up to 4 times during the night. Well, now I'm down to one, and that's been going on at least for the past month now, because we're still talking about week 4. My sinuses, I can I can breathe more through my right side, which was always clogged, which I didn't really notice that for the longest time, because I was breathing properly through the one side. So I started noticing, and it does show on my scan that I do have a deviated septum, which I've never been told that before, and that's actually gone away now. It's not showing up on my scans anymore. But yeah, I'm still dealing with a virus in like a rhinovirus. So I'm guessing until I can get that under control, I will constantly keep noticing the sinus things. Yeah, so far my sinuses have improved a lot in the past 4 weeks. So I'll leave it there for the first month of my improvements, and I'll get back to you on my next 4 weeks. Thanks for listening.